What's going on Facebook? What's happening Instagram? Even YouTube tonight. How y'all feel, man, this evening? You turned into another great episode of Monday Night Live, man. It's your host with the most, Clarence Brown. For those of you that's coming in right now and don't know who I am, my name is Clarence Brown. You can call me Coach Clarence. Some of y'all can call me Coach C. Just Clarence, you know, if y'all close to me. I am a certified relationship coach and dating coach. I help bridge the gap of communication between men and women and ultimately help you improve your dating experiences, right? So what you tuned in, like I said, is Monday Night Live. I got a great topic for y'all tonight, man. I'm really going to try to break this down as quickly as I can, as expeditiously as I can, but in as much detail as I can. So if some of y'all see the title already, tonight we're going to be talking about why men choose the other woman. All right. So when we talk about this, why men choose the other woman, this is something that I have a lot of clients of mine that have this question and have gone through situations where their mindset is questioning what is it that makes a man choose the other woman, or what makes a man step out on a relationship and decide ultimately to keep it moving with the new woman he begins to become involved with. And so as a relationship coach, I gotta, try to do my due diligence, make sure I give you guys some game, give you guys some value, and just trying to talk about some of the things that as a man, I see men talk about and experience as to what makes them feel like it's better with the new situation, the new woman, right? So this is not something to talk down on anybody, but this is something I really want to try to help some people with and really kind of give some clarity to some of the women that deal with this situation when it comes to infidelity, when it comes to cheating. And so we got to get right into it, man. We got to get into it. And so before we get into it, let me go ahead and do my housekeeping. Make sure if you're on YouTube that you are following, that you are subscribing, hitting that subscribe button, and also hitting that bell so that you get the notifications every time we go live. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, I need y'all to share this post to somebody. I'm sure you know somebody that has gone through this or is dealing with this or just feels like, hey, I could use some answers. You know what I mean? I could use some clarity on to what is it. So here's the thing. What's going on, Jeff? I see you out there, brother. Here's the thing. A lot of men aren't going to tell you this, okay? A lot of men aren't going to talk to you about these things. A lot of men aren't going to give you the closure that you feel like you need, that you deserve, that you desire. And so when it comes to what women want to hear from men, a lot of times you're not going to hear these things come from a man because these things are very hard to talk about for men, and sometimes it may be dangerous for a man to be so bold to venture into a conversation regarding why he feels another woman is better. Like I would tell you, bro, fall back. You fought a good fight. This is not the one for you to step into right now because, of course, it wouldn't be in your best interest to tell a woman why you feel like another woman is better than her, especially when you're in a relationship or a marriage with her. So I'm going to just throw this out there, and I'm pretty sure y'all already knew before I even said it. You're not going to find many men that's going to talk about this, that's going to tell you these things. So being that I have no dog in the fight, I'm outside of out of your relationships. I'm married. I got my own situation. So I don't have no problem, revealing some of the things that women want to hear about men. And here's the thing. When it came to me starting to venture into becoming a relationship coach or, jumping into that space and figuring out that's something that I wanted to do, where it all started was right here, basically with women that would approach me, whether it be my wife's friends, my female friends, family members, just people, coworkers, you name it, that were females that will all come to me and say, hey, you oftentimes have a good idea of character and what men are doing, what men are thinking. So tell me what he's doing here. Tell me what he's thinking in this case, right? And so this is where it all started. So we're getting right back to the roots and really just kind of breaking down some of the things that men do, some of the things that men think, and kind of trying to give you ladies insight on what's inside a man's mind. And speaking of that, if you're on Facebook right now, I need you to go over to that page or that group right now and join or what's it called? Send an invite. Or I'll send you some invites. Actually, it's you send an invite. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, I need y'all to jump into that group because we have some really good conversations. We oftentimes talk about what's inside a man's mind, how men feel about love and relationships. That's my group. I started that. I think right now we're over about 2,000 people. So ladies, if y'all really want to hear how men feel about women, love, relationships, and everything in between, I need you to go to that group and join that group. It's called Inside a Man's Mind. All right, streaming to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Facebook, I need you to go to Inside a Man's Mind group and join that group. All right, so we got those particulars out the way. We got the housekeeping out the way. All right, so now we can get right on into it. All right, so here's the thing: why men choose the other woman. Now, majority of women believe that a man cheats because of lust, number one. Number two, lack of self-control. And number three, unquenchable desire to have multiple women. Meaning that no matter who he's with, he's always has this innate nature that he needs to be with multiple women. And so you have women out there that will throw this label and cast this over men to say, well, it seems like all you men want is X, Y, and Z. Jeff, if you're out there, I know you probably heard of that, brother. All men want is this. All y'all men really want. You hear that? You hear those things a lot of times when you in passing. And so with that being said, I think that as a man, I think that has some truth to it. Okay, I went and did a topic on the three dating stages men go through: dog stage, the player stage, the settle down stage. So if you're a fan of my work or a fan of my lives, you can go back to my page on Instagram or YouTube, and you can see those discussions where we're talking about the three stages that men go through when it comes to dating. Right? What's happening to me? I see you out there on YouTube showing love. So here's the thing, right? So we talked about what motivates a man to cheat when it comes to him wanting some kind of level of respect from his peers, or always keeping a level of respect among men when it comes to his ability to attract women, or his ability to always kind of have that suave debonair, that kind of, that swag and everything like that. So those type of things make a man feel like I got to hold on to that title, and oftentimes make him, a repeat offender. You know what I mean? While this is not funny, I'm just saying those things motivate him, right? And so it does. It has some truth to it when a woman said, "Hey, man, you know what? A man that cheats, he's a lustful man, and he cheated because he had lack of self control. He cheated because he always wants to be with multiple women." And I have some partners that have some of those things going on that I can say, oh, it's out there, right? So I'm not going to bash men, but I will credit women to say, I'm not going to say you crazy. It's out there. And I oftentimes make the moniker in the statement, we all go through the same thing. We just handle it differently, right? So, for the bros that I have, the guys that's close to my circle, that's my close road dogs, and when they're going through situations like this, I tell them, I say, bro, like, you can game some of the ladies, but keep it real with me, because I know we all go through the same thing. We handle it different. So while you might handle it in a certain way, Kayleisha, I see you, girl. Let me show you some love. While we all go through the same things, our decisions behind what happens is that's what separates us, right? While I might see something, someone might try to tempt me or feel like, hey, they want to try to flirt with me in a certain fashion, I might say, you know what, let me fall back, because I already can see where this could lead to. I can already see how this might materialize into something that may be misunderstood, misinterpreted, or just may put a stain on my character. So for me, I move around. I clear the situation where another person might act as if they're blind to it. And it's like, bro, come on, man. Like, you know what time it is. You know, if this happened and she said this and then you say this, then that's going to lead to this. And then you can't tell me you don't see that coming. And that's just me. You know what I mean? So sometimes, I get to hear certain stories from my close road dogs after the fact, because they know in the midst of it, I'm be like, bro, come on now. You already, you know what I mean? Like, keep it real with your dog. Keep it real with your boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. So there is some truth to it. But that doesn't really explain why a man leaves for another woman, right? So when it comes to a man cheating because of lust, lack of self-control, wanting to be with multiple women, things of that nature, that may explain for certain women why a man cheats, but that doesn't explain why a man actually leaves and decides to move on with the next lady, with the next woman. So let me see. Kalisha says, men choose the other woman because they always wanted her to begin with. Grasshopper, we're gonna put you on. We're gonna put you on the game. That's easy for a woman to just automatically think, oh, well, you wanted her to begin with. That's not always true. That's not always true at all, because when it comes to situations that I hear from men from their point of view, which, like I said, I'm revealing to you ladies what you may not hear from the man that you might have had a situation with, or you never got closure. It's not about, oh yeah, I wanted her from the jump. And in most cases, that woman, he didn't know that woman right from the jump when he met you, or before you guys were in a relationship, she was into the picture. So you can't say that, oh, he wanted her from the jump. I just think that that's an easy way to just say, okay, well, I guess he was going to be with her regardless. No matter what I did, the outcome was going to be he was going to be with her. And that's not true. So let me say, it's always good to hear. Okay. So appreciate the love and support, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuned in. So I need to hit, let me see, Facebook. I need y'all to give me 2 more likes real quick, a heart or something. Instagram, let me know that y'all interested into this topic, because we're going to break down. I'm going to give y'all the 3 leading things that I've heard from men as to why they move on with the other woman. But before we move on, I need some love and support, man, so we can get this broadcast a little bit more reach, a little bit more of an expansion, so we can get some more people on this live, because I know there's some ladies out there. Listen, as a relationship coach, when I have a majority of my clients as women, listen, I hear this a lot. I hear this almost every week, when it comes to, hey, listen, well, why he can't leave her alone? Because here's the thing. It's different when a woman says, okay, well, he had a one-time situation, occurrence, or it might have been a one-night stand. It might have been something, he got drunk, he was in the wrong place, wrong time. It might have been, just he was in the wrong mind frame because he felt like, we were in a bad space. We were separated. Listen, we all know there are particulars to these things. It's not all just a generalized statement to say, okay, well, you know what, this is how it happened. And because I asked the person today, I said, well, can you say that anytime a person cheats is because they don't want to be with the person they with? Because there's been plenty of situations where a person may cheat and it's not because they don't want to be with the person they're with. A person steps outside the relationship, but it's not because this man said, well, I'm doing this because I want to show up my lady, or I want to do something to hurt her, or ultimately I just don't want to be there. I'm unhappy, right? A lot of times a man does want his family, but these things happen. These are particulars. These are details. Women might not want to hear it, but I'm glad I'm glad I'm able to give you the game from outside the ring, because I don't want to get in that battle, because I know this ain't gonna be easy to swallow. But I do think, ladies, y'all say y'all want to hear it, y'all want the truth, y'all want that clarity. So I'm just trying to do my due diligence. So I appreciate y'all showing love. Let me see. Tamika said he see there is no future with the present one, or she doesn't support him, or he just don't see any kind of potential in her. You listen, you hitting her nail right on the head a little bit. So let's get into it, right? So like I said earlier, lust, lack of self-control, a desire to be with multiple women, or have, experiences with multiple women, that it may explain why a man may cheat, but that doesn't explain why a man may leave with the other woman. So here's the thing. Here's the truth. This is the bottom line truth that I think that a lot of ladies may not be ready to hear, may not want to hear, because it's tough to hear. This is not me just throwing this out there because I think it's funny, or this is a joke, this is a game. It's not a game. This is real life stuff. We all dealing with it, right? But now, here's the truth. Let me see. Got a comment coming in. YouTube, Unique. Let me see. Shout out to you. I haven't seen you before, but I appreciate the love tonight. You coming through. Said, could it be men can be bored easily and they find someone else to give them attention? You getting warm. You getting warm. So, all right. Here's the truth, ladies. Men don't walk away from their families because of sex. Okay. Men do not walk away from a family because of sex. When a man cheats, all right, the first thing a woman wants to know is what? I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to comment. In your opinion, a man, okay, he doesn't leave because of sex. He just doesn't. And when a woman finds out a man has cheated, the first thing she wants to know is what the other girl looks like, what the other woman looks like. Because in a lot of women's mind, it's because of she was more attractive than me, or she had more curves than me, that she she just was more beautiful than me. She was maybe more fair skinned than me, maybe more dark skinned than me, you name it, right? None of those things are why the majority of men step out. Okay. And so when it comes to a woman saying, hey, well, what does she look like? You totally missing it, because what you assume is that sex is the only thing that's going to drive him away from you, that could take him away from your arms, from your bed, from your household. And what men are saying is that it's not about sex. Okay. Men walk away because, okay, this is what men have told me, because Kalisha say, why? You want to know why? So it's not sex why a man may walk away from his family, Kalisha. Why it is that a man feels like the new woman is the better option, or his life will be better with her. Simple, right? It's not simple. I'm going to say that again. A man doesn't walk away from his family because of sex. A man walks away from his family because he feels like the new woman is a better option or provides a better life for him. Okay? He probably didn't tell you that. If he did, he didn't say it up front. Maybe he wanted to try to make it work. Maybe he tried to talk through, situations that y'all were going through, and you weren't trying to hear it because he had done what he had done, and you felt like it was too late for talking. But regardless of the fact, he felt like he continued to stay with her, and why you felt like in your heart, like, hey, if she doesn't mean anything to you, why can't you let her go for me? There's women that have asked men, and I want to know, ladies, if you out there, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube right now. All right. So I know some ladies out there that I want to know, have you ever asked a man this question? If she doesn't mean anything to you, why can't you let her go? Why can't you stop texting her, stop calling her, stop receiving her emails, stop DMing her and going back and forth? Why can't you stop? Because a lot of men will make the proclamation like, listen, I don't want nothing to do with her. I don't even want her like that. So from a woman, she will hear that as, okay, well, I guess it was just sex. Right? Right. Let me get some thumbs up, some heart emojis if y'all with me. If I block out, is it short? Did my Wi-Fi go out? Right? And so this is what when a lot of women feel like they're not hearing from a man. So I'm just trying to do my good job of being able to give y'all some value, because y'all always show love and support. And so this is the honest to God truth that a man can't tell you, is that, hey, listen, you know what? It's not about sex. It's that I felt like that she provided more peace, more understanding, a better quality of life for me, which is why when you ask him, if she don't mean nothing to you, bro, why can't you let her go? Like, if you saying you love me, you want to be with me, you want to X, Y, and Z, I feel like you disrespecting me. You can't hold on to this and act like it don't mean anything and then try to tell me, baby, please, baby, please. And so what he can't tell you, ladies, and what I'm telling you as a relationship coach, as a professional, I'm telling you is that he's saying that, hey, listen, she's providing a better life for me. She's giving me peace in ways that you're unable to give me. She's giving me an ear in ways that you're unable to give me. She's able to bring understanding to my life and see the bigger picture for what I am than what you're doing for me. Now, it's not easy to swallow, because a lot of ladies may feel like I'm doing all I can. I'm doing everything I can. What you mean? Like don't even do me like that. Right? But again, instead of turning your fist backwards in defense, you should be able to say, well, open your hands and say, well, what is it that I can do? Right? And so the women who do that oftentimes get vilified, because other women feel like, oh, you a sucker. How can you stay with him? He trash and whatever. Like, I would never do that. And then 10, 15 years say, you know what? We could have worked it out. He was a good man. That was a mistake. I did see him show effort to try to rectify things and to try to repair things. But yet I was just too hurt. At the moment, I wasn't in a space in my heart to forgive. And so I just couldn't talk. I couldn't even look at him at the time. Right? I know a lot of ladies, y'all have felt like I just couldn't even look at him because of what he did. But regardless, when you say, okay, well, I'm ending this, I'm severing this relationship. You step outside to begin a new situation and you see that the dating pool is nothing but mud. Come on now. If the dating pool is nothing but mud, then you say, you know what? Like, people go through things. I mean, I've got homegirls that have gone through worse. And yet, all of a sudden, like, maybe I should have reevaluated that decision. Now, here's the thing. It's not to say that you can change a person. My job as a relationship coach, here's the thing. When a person comes into, because someone asked me today, say, hey, what if a couple or a married couple comes to you for counseling and you know what, the person just lies the whole time and they just say, hey, well, you know what, all right, well, I swear I won't do it no more, and they go right back to it. Well, I said, well, as a professional, I'm supposed to be able to identify that you're not even really invested in this, and ultimately you're just lying to pass the time. But most of the time, if that person is going to lie, they probably won't show up anyway, because they feel like, you know what, why am I going to waste my time, and why am I going to have someone try to expose who I am, and they may feel like I don't know the whole story, right? But in the end, these are the things that as a coach, I'm able to try to really identify as, is this going to be something that is going to be a repeat offense? Is this person are they really trying to right the ship, do better, and clean their slate by showing effort, or is it really just game? Is it really them just here just to make you feel good, knowing that they really going to be back to their old ways? Right. So that's what I'm here to identify. So I'm just giving y'all ladies the raw, uncut truth of what it is and why. So Kalisha says, end it quick. Man, Instagram, y'all silent tonight, man. Let me see what's up. Y'all feeling me, man? Let me hit that comment section. Chevy Girl 1981 says, wow. It may seem simple, but I think that a lot of times this is something that it's a really big deal, but a lot of people don't put enough stock into it when it comes to a man saying that this other woman is improving my quality of life in ways that you haven't. And it's hard for me to tell you that because that's not something you want to hear. Let me see. Facebook is definitely acting up. You froze for a second. Oh, no. Woo. Hey, it's raining. It's raining really bad over here. We in Florida right now. So, you know, it's the rainy season. So it's the connection might be a little slow. Forgive me. Catch the replay. Save this. Share this. Because, of course, I know it's going to be something that's worth going back to. Let me see. Kalisha also said, what if you are the person that asked the man what you can do to make the relationship better and he can't come up with the answers, then what's his reason? Then his reason is he's already moved on mentally. Right? So that's a good point. Kalisha said that, hey, what if you're the person that asked the man, what can you do to make the relationship better, and he can't come up with an answer? Then his reason, professionally, I'm telling you, what he can't tell you, what he won't tell you, is that his reason is because he's moved on already in his mind. Okay. Now, with a person like that, where I say, hey, listen, you do your due diligence, you ask, you try to make yourself available for change and growth if there is some needed on your part. But if the person can't give you any reason, that's not anything that you can work with. So to me, what that signifies is not that, okay, well, he can't figure it out. He's confused. He's still trying to, see what he wants. He know what he wants. We know what he wants. It's just that we can't tell you all the time what we want. But I bet you when he come through and sit down and kick it with me, he'll tell me, man, dog, man, I couldn't even, man, crazy, man. Hey, see, he gonna break that down to me because I'm his dog. I'm his boy, and I'm a man. But he can't say that to you. So I'm telling you what he can't tell you is his mind is somewhere else. So that's why he can't come up with a reason as to what you can do to make it better. Because in his mind, it's like, can't get better. I'm straight. But, I just don't want you to feel bad. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't really want to come across as a jerk. So let me try to, be polite in how I handle this. Let me see. So Chevy Girl say they take the easy road out. Right. So here's the thing. What you just said is why I'm telling you something that the men don't tell you. It's because that statement, what you said, he takes the easy road out, is an indication that, hey, well, it's not that I'm not all that a man desires. It's that, oh, he's taking it. Why can't it be Why can't it be that a person really says, I've talked to you, I've mentioned these things, I've said what I wanted, I've mentioned what things I desire and I want in this marriage, this relationship, but yet it seems to be to no avail. These things are what men tell me when we're in coaching sessions as a couple, and now I separate the two of them, and now I'm hearing the things that he can't get through to his woman. And so when what was it? Chevy Girl says that, oh, he takes the easy road out. That's automatically dismissing any accountability on yourself to say that, oh, okay, well, nah, it can't be me. It's because it's just that no, why can't you make it the easy road for him? That's my question. Why can't it be the easy road? Now, here's the thing. Anytime a man cheats, okay, any toxic traits a woman exhibits they automatically get excused. Okay. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Anything that is a detrimental or a destructive way or anything that she does gets automatically overshadowed by the fact that he cheated. Now, anytime a man cheats, there's automatically women that say, okay, well, he was wrong. It's not your fault, girl. That's the automatic statement. Now, if a woman cheats on a man, is it automatically, it's not your fault, bro? I think women give other women the benefit of the doubt to say it's not your fault. It was his choice. But when a woman cheats on a man, then all of a sudden it's not his fault. It is his fault. It's his fault that he didn't make her feel secure. It's his fault that he didn't make her feel loved. It's his fault that she had to feel that she had to fulfill her needs outside of the relationship or marriage. That's what a man is supposed to be for. So how is it that he's evading responsibility and accountability when she cheated on him? Because it's clear she cheated on him because of something he did or something he was lacking or something he wasn't giving her. Let me know when I'm wrong. Let me know if I said something that was not a fact. Okay, so when it comes to a man cheating on a woman, anything the woman does that may be toxic or detrimental or destructive, it automatically gets excused, which is why when you have situations where a man chooses to be with another woman, it's not because in the beginning he thought that she was just going to be the other woman that was his escape strategy. Because when I'm speaking to men, I see the men in these meetings when separating the two. Because it's a different story when you bring them back together, right? We know this, right? So when you have two people that have love for each other, have time invested, children, money, names on deeds and things like that, when they get back together, when things are said, it's not like, well, you may have a point. Okay, yeah, point taken. Point. That's not what you get. So for those that haven't been in a relationship counseling and coaching space, it's a lot more contentious before there's a lot more rocky road than smooth ground and smooth footing. So when the two parties are separated, you get a different vibe, you get a different story than what may be able to be told when they're together. Why? Because one of the two is going to be able to say, that's not right. You wrong about that. That ain't how it happened. And it's hard to get somewhere until you separate them two and then bring those two stories together and say, okay, well, this is what I have from him. This is what I have from her. And this is what we have together. Okay. And so that's kind of how it works. And so when it comes to a man cheating, the women they're able to say, okay, well, no matter what I did, you shouldn't have done this. Right. And so for a man after that point, it's like, well, no matter what he does, it's an uphill battle because she's like, well, how can I trust you now? Right. That's a fair question. Right. How can I look at you differently? How can I be, all that you want me to be, given the fact that you did this? So for a woman, it's like, well, now it's even harder for me to be that woman that I was supposed to be from the beginning in his eyes, because now that he did this, I feel like, well, the trust has been broken. Right? Right, ladies? Let me see. I see some comments. I forgot to hold on. Let me make sure I show y'all love. Let me see. Below the radar says sometimes women aren't receptive to honesty. Come on, my brother. And he says they feel attacked. Let me see. Miss J Short. Yeah, I think that's it. Miss J so said, ladies, once he's gone mentally, the relationship is over. That's very true. So listen to him, support him, love him, and cherish him. Chevy Girl says, that is not every situation. And Below the Radar says, you cooking, bro. I appreciate the love and support, big dog. Real talk. I'm just trying to do game. And really, it's not a male bashing session. This is really for the men to be able to explain some of the things that are hard to talk about when it comes to relationships. And why I did the topic the other day, why men cheat if they're happy. Okay. Why men cheat if they're happy. Women always say, hey, well, if he's happy, why is he stepping out? And so you go back to my Instagram. It's up on my Instagram right now. Why men cheat if they're happy. And in that I said, you got to question, is he really happy or is he keeping the peace? Because a lot of men, because of the family dynamic, because it's convenient, because everything has been built in such a way that it's, it operates seamlessly the way we have it with we got our own house, we got our own schedules, we got our own system, we're picking up the kids, okay, you dropping them off, you doing it. So all of that makes it so a man says, well, I'd rather keep it this way than go back to living in a one bedroom and having to pay child support. And not only that, but just not able to see my children and not able to feel that love and support from my kids on a daily basis and to have access and free range to be able to touch and, my kids on a daily basis. And so this is why I did that topic. So you can get more detail on that live. It's on my Instagram right now. Okay. Relationship Healing _ all right, and you'll be able to hear the breakdown because I really went thorough. I think I've spent about an hour and like 15 minutes really breaking it down on why men cheat if they're happy. Is he really happy or is he keeping the peace? You got to know. All right, so now here's the thing. So we're going to get to the 3 things that men have told me when it comes to why they feel like it's better to move on with the other woman. Okay, so it's not just that, hey, he cheated, but now women want to know, why is it that this lady over here, you seem like you just stuck on her, like you leaving me on red, you leaving your kid, you're supposed to pick up man from school, you act like you forgot that, like what? And then you tell me that you don't care about her, that she's nothing. That don't really equate. That doesn't make sense, right? So here's what they've told me. These are the things, like I said, where when we separated in sessions. Okay, when ladies, if you come in with your mate and when you're coming in as a couple, okay, remember I have singles sessions and couple session, marriage counseling, marriage coaching, and singles coaching. You can go to my website, relationshiphealing.co. That's not .com, chop that M off .co, and you can sign up for a free consultation before coaching starts. I have coaching sessions by the session as needed, or coaching programs as well. It's up to you. All right. But in those sessions, when we separate the two and I'm able to hear what a man has to say, clear of punishment or punitive damages of what he's saying and all of that, then this is what they're telling me. And I'm going to give y'all the 3 things. Number 1, he can't talk to you. No, I didn't freeze. I was just pausing because that is something that is the number 1 thing. When we talk about number 1, when I didn't put these down in order, but as I think about it, this is the number 1 thing I hear from men when it comes to why he decides to move on with the other woman. He can't talk to you. Okay. I just had I'm not going to say her name because of course I don't want to put nobody out there, but I just had a coaching client, a woman where, okay, her man stepped out on her. They got married. They were very young. Okay. He stepped out. They really didn't have an example of how to go about not only being in a marriage, but ultimately working through problems like this. Okay. So in the end, she gave him an ultimatum and said, hey, listen, you're going to disrespect me. You're going to treat me like this. You can't stay in my house. You got to go. Right. You know what he did? He packed up his bags and left. And so what the thing that's crazy is that even in doing that, he's still the one that proposed for them to speak to somebody like myself before they got a divorce. Okay. Now, what that showed me is that, first of all, men are never the ones to initiate coaching. Okay. As a man, I know this for a fact. Okay. When it comes to a man initiating counseling and coaching, that's in the 2%. Okay. That never happens. Okay. So for him to bring up coaching and initiate coaching for them too, what that told me as a man is that it's clearly something he feels like he can't get through to her that made him do what he did, and that made it even harder for him to talk to her because now her heart is hurt and damaged and feels like she's not in a place to really hear what he has to say because she's hurt. So also what that meant to me is that where he isn't really where he wants to be. And so even though in her mind, she's like, well, he should have told me this. He should have told me that. He should have been like this. He should have been a man and said this. I said, man, well, hold on now. Respectfully, we've been speaking for about 30 minutes, and there's been at least 4 times where you've interrupted me, and I had to let you talk because you clearly wanted to say what you had to say before I could say anything. Now, regardless of the situation, honestly, I have to tell you that it seemed like you're hard to talk to. I said, I've been speaking to you for 30, 35 minutes, and 4 times I'm saying something, and then you be like, well, hold on, and then I'm like, what? Go ahead. And I'll let you talk. Now here, when I'm experiencing this just in conversation and we haven't met, I'm recognizing how difficult it may be to get through a point to you because you have your mindset and you have your points already made up in your mind. So I'm just thinking of what he, as your lover, as your husband, what he may have to endure when it comes to trying to get through to you certain things that he feels. And you know what she said? She said, you know, he did say that. He does say that all the time. Right? And I said, listen, I'm not trying to put you down, but what I recognize is that it's tough for me to even talk to you, and I don't even have no emotional investment to get mad. But if I did, I would be irritated. I would be bothered just because I'm like, man, I can't, like, every time I try to say something, it's like, what, no, hold on, and then, well, this is and I'm like, you just start the whole sentence, like, you don't even give me a chance to say, go ahead, because I'm saying go ahead because you halfway through your point already, and I was talking. I'm like, what, like, dang, I can't even, I'm like, man, this is tough. So, he can't talk to you, right? Men say, that women don't respect what he says because of what he lacks. Okay, so if a woman is making more money than him, then she can't respect what he says. If, let's say, he falls on hard times and he once was, doing well in a good standing, and then all of a sudden he might have lost his job. The pandemic exposed a lot of this, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but during the pandemic, domestic violence like spiked up tremendously. It wasn't just because you were in the house, but it's just because these type of things where when you have discrepancies in the household and you can't actually talk about it, y'all actually can't come to a resolution about it, and it's always any little thing could be that match that sparks the flame. Like, this is why domestic violence in 2020 was up so crazy. I can't remember the stats, but what I will say is that it was up tremendously because you have people that can't talk to one another in the same household, and now you can lead. And so men say, okay, she doesn't respect what I say because of what I lack. Also, men have said everything is an attack on her as a woman. So those men that feel like I can't talk to her is because anytime I say anything to her, it doesn't matter the fashion I said it in. It doesn't matter the tone. It doesn't matter the verbiage. It doesn't matter the time I said it. It doesn't matter how strategic I was about the way I put it. And listen, no matter what it was, it's an attack. Number 3 was listening to respond instead of listening to comprehend, which is what I was saying. The lady that I was speaking to in a consultation call, she was listening to respond so much so that before I even finished the point, she was already responding. Like, I was like, where they do that at? Like, I ain't even finished my point and you already responded to the point I've yet to make. I'm like, man, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, she allows him to lead. Okay, we're doing the top 3 reasons, the number 3 reasons why men move on and choose the other woman. Okay, I'm trying to break this down as best I can. So forgive me if some of this may come off a little sharp, but